execute. Episode 66, baby. You know what time it is, man. Ain't no need. It's already May. It's already Star Wars month. May the Force 4th. All that good stuff be with you. You know what I'm saying? Episode 66, No Cooldown Podcast. We are back in the establishment, restaurant, building, whatever, dwelling, whatever you want to call it. We back in your eardrums. Pause. And we live and kicking, man. Shout out to everybody that tuned in. What's going on with everybody? Of course, it's that man Tripp back in the building with my podcast partners in crime. First and foremost, man is firmly back into the Apex hole as it is. King VIII is back in the building. How you doing, man?
I'm great. Shout out to Respawn for Star Wars.
Hey, that's a fact. We gonna get to that though. You know what I'm saying? You know what? I'm just it's good times. It's good times, man. Star Wars is back around. You know what I'm saying? I just feel good. I just feel good. Speaking of feeling good, man, ain't no better feeling than having the other podcast partner in crime in on these episodes. Shout out to Went Easy. How's you doing, my boy?
I'm chilling. Can't complain too much, but I'm sure I'll find something to complain about.
Nah, I heard you. And there's no need to complain. I will complain if people don't rate this podcast 5 stars, though. Make sure you guys go to all podcast audio platforms. Go to Spotify for podcasts. What's it called? Apple Podcasts. Make sure you go type in No Cooldown. Be right there. Also available on other various platforms. No Cooldown at YouTube, youtube.com/@NoCooldown. You know what I'm saying? Looking for some exclusive content on there, shorts daily and all that good stuff. Make sure you tune in. And without further ado, we got a lot of news to cover, man. It's been a pretty hectic, like 7-8 days, probably. Like, I ain't gonna lie. Last week news, like, it was decent, but now we picked up going into the summer months. Now it's just ridiculous. So, are y'all ready to get into it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sir.
All right. Without further ado, let's kick it off. First and foremost, guys, this is actually, let me get serious on this. The Red Cross, yes, ladies and gentlemen, the Red Cross organization have urged gamers to observe and obey the laws of war while playing first-person shooters. Now, of course, they've stated each of these rules. Again, the first rule is when an enemy is down and can't respond, you can't keep shooting at them. The second is bots that don't fire unprovoked are considered civilians and you can't target or harm them. And the third rule is in any space, in any given game, houses, schools, or hospitals are safe zones and you cannot harm them. You must avoid damage when you're in those areas. So, I mean, given that, all right, what's up with the Red Cross, man? You know what I'm saying? Is it time for us to observe the laws of war in FPSs?
Yeah, I think we kind of should have always been doing that. I feel it. I mean, it just makes sense in like games like Call of Duty where they're trying to go for like that realistic but not super realistic. It kind of only makes sense. But then I also feel like not breaking the Geneva Convention and shit like that is like how they do a lot of the things that they do. Like one of the biggest things was like, yo, will you shoot up an airport? Everybody's like, oh, that's so sick. Like, I'm sure if they start doing this and everybody's like, we're gonna start complying with this, the COD fans will be like, what do you mean I can't shoot up a school? Which is like, that's not. I didn't think of that joke, but that's actually kind of crazy that kind of some dots are connecting there.
Yeah.
Besides the point, I think that it's fine. Anybody who doesn't think that it's fine, kind of weird.
This is the, I guess, I wouldn't really think of this off of rip, honestly. I'm like, okay, cool. That makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Any sensible person that knows this is a video game would probably just, not take it too far. But I remember what a lot of the video game and specifically FPS community is comprised of, and damn, there's a reasoning behind why people state stuff like this. There's probably a reasoning. I'm just saying, I don't want to be, you know what I'm saying, crude or anything like that here. But if somebody talking shit to me for all 5 rounds in SND and we come back and beat their ass at the end of rounds, they might get a little extra round to the kneecap because they was talking shit. That's the only possible kind of argument I'm gonna give. That's it. That's the only one. All I'm saying is if they were talking shit, cool. But otherwise, we know this is a video game. This ain't real life, and we should all observe by the rules though. Let's keep it calm. Just don't talk shit though, please.
Oh yeah, no, like the dead body on the ground, I'm all for that. That's fine. Like I think that's the only one where I'm also like, eh.
Yeah. Also, wasn't there a part in the Warzone map, like the first Warzone map, where it was a hospital? Now that I'm
Yeah.
thinking of it,
Yeah.
Maybe, bro. And that's what
they
I'm
was
saying.
getting it popping in buy stations at a hospital. So what is it? There's hella houses around there too.
Hey, hey.
I wish there was too many moments where I spawned in without a freaking gun, and I wish they would have observed by these rules. What the hell? We needed this earlier. Nah, this some bullshit, bro. Honestly, guys, keep it sensible. That's all I gotta say. Keep it sensible. Moving on here, we're gonna get into this game a little bit later in the episode, but the newly released Jedi Survivor has a new feature apparently that allows you to toggle basically spider-like creatures in the game off and keep them out of your playthrough. And just some people are outraged. They were incensed by this news that you can just have this option present to remove all the spiders in a playthrough out of your game experience. So thoughts on this?
Humans finding more stuff to complain about.
When they beat you to it.
Yeah. Like I mean, so in Grounded, I remember seeing that option and it was sick because a lot of people who wanted to play that game, like, hey, they don't like spiders. Most people are actually genuinely afraid of spiders, like a genuine fear. And I think it's like so funny because like I remember seeing that article, clicking on the replies, and oh my god, have I never seen a more I don't even know what the word is at this point. Like,
Destitute.
what's the word? Like, what's the word for somebody who, like, you know, for a fact is making fun of people but cannot take a punch? Like, is there a word for that?
Yellow
Because
belly.
like that's what I feel like it is. Like a lot of people are like, wow, gamers are so soft, and it's like, bro, you don't even have your real picture on that Twitter account. What are you talking about? Like you're ugly IRL and you're hiding from the world. Shut up, bro. Some people don't like spiders. It's okay. And also, like, it's not like the spiders are super hard to kill in these games. These are like these are the first people you find. It's not that big a deal.
Yeah.
I completely understand not wanting to play against spiders. It's whatever, dude. It's not that big of an issue. But like the people who are like, "Oh, you guys are so soft," like, bro, I promise you, you are softer than like baby thighs. That's how soft you are. You are the softest thing in the world. You play video games and you comment on video game things. Like, shut up, dude. Go get a life.
I just find it very interesting, one-sided, honestly, because if there was a specific option to put all, like, you know what I'm saying, like hygiene and deodorant products and remove them from games, you know what I'm saying, other people wouldn't be complaining too much. So I'm like, yo, it's a game. But you people who are afraid of hygiene and being clean, y'all will be rejoicing. So I don't want to feed into my gameplay. I don't want to feed Bar the Thope. I don't want to, y'all will be singing to the high heavens. Like, it's just a level of comfortability that y'all I just don't understand from a fundamental value. There's some people who have actual genuine, like, arachnophobia, or genuinely. So I'm like, bro, this does not apply to you in any length or measure. So nigga, just shut the fuck up. It's cool. Like, yo, the bitchless discourse has to stop. The bitchless discourse, please. We need to cease this on several accounts.
Yeah, man, it is interesting though, because it's like, what if they're doing it for this? Like, is there any other things that like are quite generally known, like in terms of like phobias and stuff? Is this gonna become a norm where like they're taking the time out to sort of?
I feel like that's a specific thing, though. That might have been a very cited instance in what's it called, Star Wars, because the first game had plenty of spider enemies like across his gameplay. I feel like that might have been a cited issue where people were running into it and it was brought up with the team and they got it through. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like they went through every fear and they had an option to toggle it off. There was probably a big response from that first game saying, "Yo, we love this game, but the spiders are fucking me up." So we're like, okay, cool. We'll just have an option to get rid of the spiders. It's probably affected a significant amount of people. So that's probably why they included it in the first place. But again, the bitchless discourse, the people who didn't apply to, they stepped in like, "Oh, just play the game how it's meant to be played." I'm like, bro, the game is meant to be played by whatever options are in the game. And the fact that they have those options means that they can play the game that way without any other hitches. So shut your ass up.
Like, I'm not gonna lie to you, and I stand by this till the end of time. I've always had this feeling. I'm a huge believer that any single player game can truthfully be played in any manner it needs to be played. Because at the end of the day, you're paying $60 to play a game by yourself. Like this is for your own enjoyment, correct? So like if they want to do that for every single phobia, I'm fine with that. Like if that's the path the developers and the publishers want to take because they want to make it as inclusive as they can for all people, I don't have an issue with that whatsoever because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. You're not gonna go pro in Jedi Survivor, you know? It doesn't really change anything. I'm pretty sure nobody's walking away from this game saying, oh man, you know what was the highlight of the entire 30, 40 hours I played? The spiders. Nobody gives a fuck, bro. Same thing with like people turning off QuickTime events when it comes to like games like Guardians of the Galaxy. People aren't being like, oh, you know what was my favorite part? When I had to press X when Star-Lord jumped. That shit was gas. Like nobody cares, dude. You guys, the people who are like, oh man, people are so soft. They complain about everything. It's really funny because it's usually the people who are complaining about accessibility options that are the ones that complain about anything. Like it's like they're talking into a mirror. It's pretty funny.
I wish they could patch in some bitches for some of y'all, bro. Like just day one update. Hold the bitch, bro. There you go. You know what I'm saying? Enjoy that level of real life, please. Cause I don't know how you go out of your way. Like you're on the highway and you take a specific exit to follow this car. You're going the opposite way at this point to follow this meaningless pursuit of just annoying people because they didn't go the way that you wanted them to go. Get some bitches, bro. Damn. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm a little bit snippy today. I only ate some yogurt today and shit. I'm off my kilter a little bit, but it is what it is, man. But speaking of Star Wars, as it is May of this recording, Star Wars month is about, and there is a new trailer for what they're bringing to Fortnite with the new Find the Force footage with new and returning weapons, tools, skins, and a whole bunch of new characters coming in like Padme, Anakin Skywalker, Darth Maul. They're bringing back blasters. They have a bunch of new Force abilities and stuff with the sabers you can pick up. How do you feel about this release?
Yeah, it's cool. Like I'm the reason I'm breathing out. I'm not finna explode on this. It's mostly just like I don't have the money for this, man. I don't have the shut up. I don't have the money for more Fortnite skins. I like Anakin a lot. But another thing I don't like is like when they add the Star Wars, the blaster comes back and the blaster is so annoying to
that blaster
with. But
fucking yeah.
Yeah, it's a pain, and oh my god, the lightsaber is annoying, but it is fun to play as. So W Fortnite as per usual, cooking with like the hottest of grease. They know what they're doing over there.
Like at this point, it's just like, how much can you win? How much can you win? There is.
I don't think it will ever end to some extent. I kind of felt like they've built up a good enough thing. They can just kind of keep going with it.
Infinite
they're like the
money
Lego
glitch.
games.
Yeah, they can just kind of keep going. Whatever new trend is there, they'll be like, hey, it's you guys' turn. What items you want in the game? What LTM are we running this time?
Man. I need the Dominic Toretto skin ASAP.
Nah,
I need
for
to
real.
throw it in there.
Yo.
I need to
It's
be able to
coming.
drive in the
It's
the car, bro.
Yo, they might actually do it. You think it's a game, bro? You think it's a game?
I'm not playing. Like I need it. I need them to drop it.
He gonna do the whole emo thing. This is Brazil, and it's over, son. It's over.
They're gonna have like the 1, 2, 3, and then people are like gonna drive through. Like I am the marketing team for them at this point. Like it's so easy for them. I'm happy.
Nah, that's too funny, bro. All right, we're gonna push on. Shout out to Fortnite, man. We got a lot of stuff happening, bro. We're officially in May, which is ridiculous. We have to be in some type of like time warp or something like that because I don't know where the months went. But seeing it as it is the beginning of May and the summer months are upon us, there's almost too many games dropping. There's almost too much stuff to cover, some of which we'll get to this episode. But let's run through the list of the releases for this month. We got Redfall out today. We have Ravenlock that's coming out on the 4th. We have The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom on the 12th. We have Jedi Survivor, which came out technically in April, but it's out now, you know what I'm saying, to the public. Humanity on the 16th. Outlast Trials on the 18th. Lego 2K Drive on the 19th. Amnesia The Bunker on the 23rd. Lord of the Rings Gollum on the 25th. Cassette Beast on 5/26. and System Shock on May 30th. So I mean, out of these bunches, man, I mean, we can go a little briefly because I know there's a couple we're gonna speak on in a just a little bit here. But I mean, in terms of this month, how strong it's looking, how you feeling about May?
So it's cool games coming up, man. I think everyone's gonna. I think there's a game for everyone, which is kind of cool. There's like different games for everyone dropping.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I agree. I agree. You got the,
Quite like a diverse pool of games.
yeah, got a horror game, got a couple horror games mixed in there, a couple multiplayer experiences, got a game that's gonna piss everybody off. Like there's a lot of good stuff in here, man. There's a lot of interesting stuff and a lot of topic and buzz will be generated from it. You know what I'm saying? Some already have.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, they look like some pretty solid games. I only really see like 2 or 3 that I'm really gonna tap into, but that's not to take away from the other games. That's just more so to speak on my capacity as like working full time and all that. But it definitely there are some like bangers on here, specifically Legend of Zelda. But like it's a pretty good month. Like even if you only bought one game, like there's still so much here.
100%. I got 2 of these were definitely on my watch list. One that was being Ravenlock. I think Ravenlock is gonna be a nice little experience. I think it's coming on to Xbox Game Pass as well. So that could be a tidy little game you can get into. I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully, can somehow get through that. Either this month or next. Outlast Trials. I was looking forward to heavily ever since that beta test. Like that joint actually hooked me, and I'm not the biggest horror fan, but it was a really fun experience, especially with again, you get a whole full stack of 4. Really fun time. Lego 2K Drive we did talk about a little bit, which I like. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna be dope. Amnesia the Bunker is probably gonna be a instant hit because Amnesia was such a good game for so many people. And I love watching people, you know what I'm saying, lose their damn minds, playing Amnesia, so that's gonna be fun. System Shock the remake, I'm interested to see how that's gonna pan out though. I remember we heard about this from like sometime last year, but I'm interested to see how the System Shock the new entry plays out. So I think May's a strong year, honestly. This might be like the second strongest, it might be the second strongest or the strongest we've seen so far this year.
Yeah, therefore it's up there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't want to take anything away from some coming months though. We got some major heat dropping soon.
I don't want to be definitive, but this is a good tone setter for the summer months. I ain't gonna lie.
Like, okay, I see you.
Yeah. They out there. And speaking of games that happened to release in May, unfortunately, Tears of the Kingdom streams and gameplay have been popping up all over the internet some 2 weeks before the game is out. So spoilers are abound. How are we feeling about this? Nintendo's trying to crack down and grab stuff as much as they can, but it's another early and unfortunate game leak.
I mean, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, it's
one of those things like you don't really. I definitely don't like game leaks.
no.
It's unfair on the people that work hard in the games, but I guess it's just becoming harder and harder to kind of lock down that stuff of how big the projects are. So yeah, it's just one of those things.
Yeah, I don't know like how they got their hands on it. It sucks for like the people who aren't trying to go through those means. That's something that like I always think is kind of lost on the people who are like, yo, I got Legend of the Tears of the Kingdom or whatever. I'm gonna just like play this in my Discord for everybody or whatever. Like it kind of sucks for people who like are genuinely waiting for these games. But like, cause like a lot of the time I'll hear people just like say, well, why don't you just pirate it? And it's like, man, I'm not trying to do that. But it's also like, what can like how, if you gave me Tears of the Kingdom right now, I'm playing it. Like if you gave me a physical copy, I'm throwing it on the Switch. I'm throwing it on airplane mode. I'm getting it cracking. Like it's whack. But I mean, like, how could you not? But sorry for the teams that were trying to like hold on to some stuff. Like it is what it is. Maybe you might have to like start checking people's pockets on their way out the door. Like I don't know what you could really do to circumvent this.
Yeah. All I gotta say is this, to all the people who are leaking Tears of the Kingdom and any other game for that matter. In this specific case, we'll stick to Nintendo, but specifically for these people that are leaking Tears of the Kingdom gameplay and streaming and all that shit, I hope Nintendo finds your IP address, then they find your physical address, and then they send 2 6'8" dudes in Tanuki suit onesies to put you in a full Nelson for 3 hours straight, and then take you to jail. You don't deserve shit. I'm tired of people ruining the game and posting spoilers like some 2 odd weeks. Like it's too much at this point. I'm like, bro, people just want to enjoy the game. They want to just like chill and have their existence online. Like, damn, they everybody gotta clear the whole street. It's like when old boy from The Wire coming up the street and start whistling.
Yeah,
Everybody
Omar.
gotta clear out. Yeah, when Omar coming up, I'm like, yo, you niggas trying to clear out. I'm like, bro, can we just not have this at all? Leaker culture gotta die. I'm gonna say it every time. Leaker culture gotta die. But I'm hoping that, you know what I'm saying, the crackdown on this is hard so people can at least not get spoiled on this stuff, because this is a big release for everybody. So yeah, Tanuki suit men coming y'all way. That's all I'm saying. Moving on here, Apex Legends. News has been flying all over the place ahead of Season 17, entitled Arsenal, with a look at what's fresh in the Battle Royale title. There is a crap ton of news, so I'm going to break it down piece by piece, and we'll talk about it from there. First and foremost, game environment changes. There's going to be a new point of interest in World's Edge called Monument, with additional changes to trials, a new vault near Skyhook, and a whole lot more geographical adjustments. Firing Range 2.0 completely overhauls what we know as combat options for the dummies, new areas to practice in, and the ability to join friend firing ranges and have 1v1s. There's a new equipment in the evac tower, which enables a balloon to pop up but has a health bar and a timer on it for balancing. And there's new ping commands involved for when enemies are shooting, when enemies are near, people are down, and say do not revive, things of that like. And also weapon mastery system, we talked about that last week, and of course ballistics kit. So those things so far, how is that looking?
It's looking good. It's a lot of the stuff is unnecessary. I will say nobody asks for a weapon mastery system, but to the people that care about, you know, the other side of Apex, then I'm sure they're pretty happy that the hours that they spend playing TDM and gun run won't be spent, you know, for no reason. I guess. Did you say anything about the rank changes?
No, not yet. Damn, he's
Okay.
he's hard. Oh man, he's ready for it.
Wow.
He's ready to speak. He is ready to speak on.
But
We're
I
getting
think
there. You're gonna
I
get
think
some.
the only like super like thing that stands out to me is the firing range and how they're like actually going to allow players to utilize the firing range. You know, the game
Facts.
has developed a lot since, you know, the firing range was first introduced. And there's a level of play now that is just kind of like standard, and it's way past what you can do in the firing range. So I'm glad that they've kind of stepped it up.
Yeah, no, I agree 100%. I'm about to say, when any thoughts on this as a former Apex player?
Not really. The thing is, like, every time I see cool new shit added to Apex, I always think about how it's gonna break the game and how like the cool new shit isn't gonna work that well at the beginning. So like, even though I see like new firing range, I remember that there's a glitch where people were like like getting into people's firing range instances.
Such a doomer. Oh my gosh, such a doomer.
I mean, the game is just in such like, I just don't, when the game starts getting in a better state like on a regular Wednesday, then I'll care.
All right, fair play. But let's move on through. We did talk about ballistics kit last week, but he is showing off, you know what I'm saying, some of the stuff that that was rumored. Again, the extra what's it called, the extra gun, the extra third gun in one of the slots. I believe his skill is one of the Whistler, which basically the auto pistol, but it fires like a charged blast instead of like a whole clip wise. And then his ultimate is gonna be like a huge, like, basically attacking boost. You get extra mags or something like that. Reload speeds increased, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
And then the last two bits here about the new season, there's going to be a Smurf crackdown. So the minimum level of 50 is now required to play ranked matches. And there's going to be some new low-level detection methods in place to find some cheaters. And kills will now be rewarded for unique kills only. So it's going to try and stop all the teaming and collusion stuff here. So how do we feel about the Smurf crackdown points being addressed?
I think it's good. Those are, I mean, Smurfs are inevitable, so it's gonna happen, you know. And while they're working out on ways to, actually crack down on it, doing like security measures like this, I guess it helps.
Yeah, no, it
I
definitely
guess.
does. Level 50 for ranked, I ain't gonna lie, that would discourage my ass. If I was smurfing, that would
Yeah,
discourage my shit. Really.
but I'm sure there's like macro ways that people get around this stuff, but
Yeah,
who knows?
probably. But nah, yeah, for the people who are too weak to endure the cost or find some workaround and that would waste more time, that this is decent. This is decent. Cool. And let's just get right to it. The piece that is just on the ranked changes. I can hear King salivating right now as we talk about this, but RP is now ladder points, and splits have been removed from the ranking system. There's going to be 10 provisional matches that place you, that they're going to place you in your certain division at the start of a season. There's going to be a brand new hidden MMR skill rating for matchmaking, and there's going to be a flat entry cost for all levels. So thoughts on how they changed ranked?
This is a great change. So for me, it's about shit. Sorry, I'm playing Star Wars right now.
This guy.
I think it's a good change because in the actual article, like the main take is not so much the finite variables that they've changed about the game mode. It's sort of their mentality surrounding how they want to treat the game mode now. They state that they want to have like way more competitive end games and something that does actually mimic the professional level of Apex.
Mm.
Where the core reason why you're playing is to win the game, not to run through and stomp out and get 20 kills as a team, all that kind of stuff. Like they just want every player that clicks ranked to focus on actually winning the game.
Mm-hmm.
So there's like incentives for like kills and assists, but I need to get the actual article up. But there's like bonuses for doing things like kills, like your placement. I think there's like looting bonuses as well. It's really interesting. I don't know how it's gonna play out at all. Like it's a completely new system, so I'm excited to at least try it and see. It's because it sounds like the game that I want Apex to be in terms of rank play.
Yeah. No, I tend to agree, honestly. It's like the unfortunate thing is people are gonna, do the whole kill race thing and like you're gonna focus on kills in the previous system. But I feel like the mentality shift is a correct one in terms of they stated they want people to think more about the win. They want people to think about more about actually, again, making it to the finish line in the game. And I feel like that is going to, again, just like you said, it incentivizes people to, again, play smarter, be more active, have more, again, a more winning based mentality rather than just a kill race mentality, which is good for ranked. It is really, really good because, all the people that's like, dropping out early if people go down and stuff. I feel like that is going to mitigate a lot of problems, honestly. But how do you feel about the flat cost rate for entry? I know. Again, it was adjusted depending on where you ranked from the previous season or what your current rank was. But how do you feel about the flat rate for it now across all parties?
I think it's okay. The entry cost didn't really have like I don't really think it meant much anymore. Like in today's Apex, I don't really think the entry cost really means much because the ranks are really skewed. Like it doesn't really make sense because they've had the same system for so long. I don't know. I just feel like everyone is better than the current rank system. So no one like you'll get people that are people like me that don't play the game just chilling in plat lobbies because we don't play the game.
Mm.
Where I should be in high diamond master level lobbies, but because I don't play, I'm stuck here. Like that's not accurate. And there's so many people like me out there that are in the same boat. So this new hidden MMR system definitely is gonna make lobbies more accurate.
Yeah, and that's something that's sorely needed, bro. I'm tired. I'm tired. I haven't played that game in a minute, but every time I see them bum ass red trails, bro, I'm like, what the fuck is my point? What is my purpose here? I don't need to be in these lobbies, bro. I'm just trying to figure out how to play M&K. Please, just leave me alone.
Yeah, like I'm queuing into Apex right now, and I'm seeing like gold 2 last season. I'm like, my bad.
Like, I'm sorry for what I'm about to do. Like that's insane. But again, I feel like these changes are definitely for the better. I completely agree with you. I think
they're
it's
basically
yeah.
taking like a Valorant route to their rank system, which it works.
It's good, yeah.
So I'm expecting it to be all right. There's gonna need to be an adjustment period, and there's gonna be changes, and all hellfire is gonna let loose on Twitter once people get in and they find out the things they don't like about it. But overall, I think this is gonna have a positive impact on the future of Apex ranked.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like the gameplay would definitely be more. It will be. I think it will be more lively across the lifespan of an actual any given game. Because when you think about it, in like half of these ranked matches, it would be like down to 10 teams with like the first or second circle. It's like sometimes like shit be clearing out easy depending on where like how high you get. So it's like not necessarily promoting more ALGS style play, but just promoting smarter play to win. You know what I'm saying? Not even just ALGS related, just like can we make it to like the second circle without like 8 teams dying? That would be nice. to spice it up just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? One team coming through shredding. If one team is just coming through shredding and everybody landed at one spot, that's fine. That, you know, chalk it up to the game. But if the system is promoting that gameplay to where, oh, you want to clear out the lobby instead of being bit more cautious or go for the win, or maybe play things a little bit ad hoc, then you know what I'm saying, it was doomed. But I feel like they're making the right tweak to make sure games are more engaging across the entire lifespan of one, whether it be, you know, you're in there for 5 minutes and you die first, or you're the last squad and you're winning. So
Yeah.
I think it's a really good change for the better.
Yeah, 100%.
Word. All right, moving on to the next story here. The content creator turned developer wave is continuing to roll on as Tim the Tatman, Ninja, Nick Merck, Cypher PK, and Courage JD have banded together to create a battle royale game within Unreal Editor for Fortnite entitled Project V for now. Now, of course, it's being shaped by those creators as well as Superjoy Studios, who have done notable work within UEFN, but it's still early doors for this project. So, thoughts on this?
So, like, we got like 8 game directors. That's what they're, because I'm hearing all these names, and I'm pretty sure not one of these dudes is actually opening up creative in any capacity to make these edits, to make the changes, to these are all consultants on Superjoy's game. That's what we should call it. They're not game developers. They just have input on the game. Let's not sit here and be like, whoa, they did such a good, wow, Nick Merckx did such a good job.
Literally, man. I hope that's not what's going on right now.
Like, there's no way you're telling me that a lot of these people, a lot of them don't even use keyboard and mouse when they play video games, are opening up Fortnite and getting busy on the developer side. Yeah, my dick. I think Superjoy is going to do a great job taking the advice of these gentlemen and putting that into their game. And this is an awesome marketing strategy by them. I can't see even the people who are on this list, they all have very different ideals when it comes to gaming. So I couldn't imagine them all collaborating collectively, sitting at a round table and being like, let's all go with these ideas. You know what I'm saying? Cool. I'm really tired. I think I'm just tired of content creators talking about gaming. I think once the people who played this 24/7 started getting at the helm of these things, I think that's really where gaming started like going downward.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Like, yeah,
I'm good.
Disagree with me if
No.
y'all think so, but like,
No.
I just can't.
It's unnecessary. It's very unnecessary for them to do this. Like it's great for them, and I know it's a passion project, and you know something that everybody, given the circumstances, probably would want to do, but it is unnecessary.
Listen, I'm gonna keep it a stack. If this shit feels anything like Fortnite, I'm going to cook these niggas. Even though they're making it in Fortnite, I'll give them some leeway. But if it feels like Fortnite, you know what I'm saying? What the fuck? What was your point? Just go back to playing Fortnite, all of y'all. What was the point there? I'm curious to see what footage, you know, what things come about this, but I'm not necessarily looking out for it, bro. I ain't gonna lie. You guys are like third in a 2-horse race of actual creator developer things I'm looking for. I don't care. I don't care. I hope the best for y'all. I hope it actually comes out fire, but I'm just not moved. I'm not moved, guys. Promise.
So like, here's my issue with the whole thing. It's just like the people who, like, the sample size, the people who are making these decisions, it's such a small amount of the people who are playing these games, right?
Mm-hmm.
The people who are playing Fortnite are people coming home from school, people getting off of work, you know what I'm saying? Like the things that will make Nick Mercs and Ninja and Courage and all them people happy are not things that are gonna make me happy because I don't spend 8 hours on a game. If I sit down and play a game for 8 hours, the last time I did something like that, Red Dead 2 just dropped. My classes got canceled for the day, and I did that. And when I got up and basically passed out from not eating, I was like, never again in my life am I doing this. I'm not a full-time content creator. Most people aren't. So when they play this dumb, sweaty Fortnite game, I can't imagine it's gonna be fun for anybody other than like the kids who are grinding out Fortnite 16 hours every weekend. Like it's just I don't think these are the people that need to be making games. I think we need to start shifting our focus from like, whoa, Courage made a game to like, whoa, this actual developer who's been working on this game for like 6-7 years and doing something different. Yeah, let's play this game instead.
Yeah, no, that sounds about right to me. Like I'm trying to find and muster up the strength to care, but it's beyond me. It's beyond me, y'all. I don't have it. I don't have the capacity.
I don't even blame you, bro. I don't even blame you.
I'm tired of hearing about content creators doing video game projects and stuff. Just show me the gameplay and let's see if you actually about it or not. You could announce it later. Shroud did it. Dr. Respect did it. The whole conglomerate of too many people I wanted to name down did it. Or didn't want to name down did it. Okay. We'll see y'all in like 8 years. You know what I'm saying? Let's just hope you guys aren't Radical Heights. That's all I'm saying. Let's just hope you're not Radical Heights. That's all I got. I'm about to say, all right, pushing forward here. We had an interview from Herman Hulst, the head of Sony Interactive Entertainment Worldwide Studios, where he said that PlayStation is targeting several different genres and scales of live service offerings, but states that live service doesn't mean that they'll be pushing out 10 Fortnites or Destinies into the marketplace. But how do you feel about PlayStation's target and trajectory of live service starting to bleed over into other genres and being more frequent in the gaming space?
I feel like it's an excuse to be able to release unmade games, and I feel like that's something that's already been happening. And they're just like, no, it's live service. So when you get this game and you can only play like chapter 1 through 2, it's not because the game is bad. It's because we're not done yet. And it's like, nah, it's because the game is bad. Yeah, I should never release it. Like that's what I genuinely think people are just trying to make excuses. And I've been told that I make excuses for developers, but this is like an excuse for a publisher. We've all played an unfinished single player game one time or another. A lot of games these days are unfinished. But to start saying like, oh, we're going to make these live service games, we don't need that, bro. The best thing about PlayStation has been their what's the alternative? The dead service games? Their dead service games are gas. Them shits are so
on a
sick,
live
bro.
service is crazy.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I love dead service games. Can you just give me the full game and then just call it a day? That would be super sick. That's what I want. I just want to be able to play the game from start to finish. I don't want to have to wait 3 days, 4 days for an update and you're like, oh no, it's free DLC. It's like, nah, bro, it's the other part of the game. Like it's the other part that you didn't put in.
I said, son, that was my back half. You harlatan. I'm about to say
You're not low.
You not low.
We see you.
You not low. Nah, dead ass, bro. Here's my thing. I get it. I say this shit too often. From a business sense, I understand. I get it. It's live service. You want a way to easily sap money from your player base. I get it. I understand. But the thing is, live service is already getting cut at the kneecaps by people because they don't like it. You saw what happened in Kill the Justice League. As soon as they say, yeah, now we kind of want like, you know what I'm saying, maybe a battle pass on certain stuff. Even the little tweaks, not even full on live service. They said, nah, bro, we don't want none of that. Nope. They flamed to high hell and now it's, you know what I'm saying, delayed to 2024. Nah. live service needs to be used sparingly, less and less in this space, because people are going to find a way to abuse it. This thing is getting abused left, right, and center. And the fact that this format delivery, now they're trying to hide it. In the article, he didn't even want to say live service. He didn't even want to say it like that. You know what I mean? He wanted to kind of mask the term, but it is what it is. No matter how many ways you slice it, no matter how you try to mask it or shape it up, it's still going to be a live service thing. And that's something we should see less of in today's gaming space, because I feel like everything is a vie for people's attention. And with profits and attention being two priorities for these companies, there's going to go the way to it basically just prolong your existence or your participation in a certain game experience rather than making it good. That's what I feel like publishers really trying to do. How can we up our engagement rates so we can keep you in the game longer, so we can get more money out of you? And it's like, bro, why can't you just stick to making games that are good so more people will, you know what I'm saying, will pay up front to play these games and you'll get your money that way? Nah, it's about maximizing profits, and I feel like that's why a lot of this shit people are spitting on and casting to the side. This live service wave is literally going to hit a halt at some point because people are going to be fed up and tired with it. It's coming. It's already started to happen now, and it will continue to happen over the next couple of years, in my opinion. This live service stuff is not gonna cut it in the grand scheme of things. I don't personally think, unless you attach it with a great experience. The only thing is excusable is a fantastic experience, and I feel like very rarely nowadays do live service things provide that.
Very rarely, very rarely.
Like honestly, it's just. I'm tired. I just want to play my game and get off. I don't want to grind for a battle pass. I don't want to grind this shit. I just want to enjoy this game and get off. That's why I'm so hyped for shit like, you know what I'm saying?
I don't know how people still think the idea of a battle pass is like still such an attractive idea. Like,
it's so annoying, bro. And I'm like, the concept, like, if you have nothing else to do, cool. If you ain't got no bitches, you ain't got no extracurricular shit, cool. A battle pass sounds good. You grinding towards one thing. I remember people back in the day did it with Modern Warfare, all the other Call of Duty games. The level progression, you're working towards something. It's locked behind something. You got to keep pushing for it. Cool. But with so much experiences out, automatically locking so many things behind a battle pass, I'm like, damn. It just feels discouraging at some point, because I'm like, bro, I'm not trying to be on this game all the time. I'm trying to enjoy my time, and maybe I'll give you something, but I don't feel compelled to sit here and grind when all these other great game experiences are there. If your stuff is quality, I'll always come back. I'll always come back at some point. But it's like you're killing the vibe, trying to shoehorn, increasing my attention rate on your game specifically. And at PlayStation, again, I know in their head they're like, yo, we gotta really cash in on this live service stuff again, and put some of our big IPs around it to make it look real quality. But whether it's, you know what I'm saying, whether the quality wins out or the live service wins out, that's going to depend on how successful all these ventures are in whatever size you deliver it in. But my opinion, we can do away with them. Let's just keep to the more condensed experiences, please.
Yeah, it's just something that people don't like. At one point, they were $10 for cosmetics that you weren't going to pay for to begin with. Great. Now that we're getting to the point where like everything is a battle pass, it's like, imagine if back in the day in Call of Duty Modern Warfare, when you were used to like grind for skins and perks and all that, imagine if you only had 2 to 3 months to grind for the perk that you wanted. Like, you would be like, this is awful. Like,
son,
I don't have the time.
You know how long it took me to get Red Tiger? Son, you know how long it took me to get Red Tiger? Bro, get that shit out of here, bro. I would nah.
Like, battle passes are just progression with a timer on it. Like, just put that shit in the game. Let us play it, bro.
Yeah, with a timer and money incentive. I'm like, bro, okay, cool, it's there. Like, it's not. I really hope people just actively haze this, and we can see less and less of live service stuff going forward, because I don't want to see live service stuff. It's just my personal opinion. You know what I'm saying? Some people may agree, some people may not. I just want to play games to have fun, not play games that automatically have a grind associated with them, so I'm stuck to it. I just want to enjoy the gameplay.
That's all we want, man.
One day. Speaking of gameplay here, let's move forward to Street Fighter 6. Some news is, of course, picking up steam as we're less than a month, actually maybe exactly a month away from release. I know Wen is creaming his pants right now, but Capcom have announced that league points in their ranked mode will be tied to individual characters on the roster instead of a whole account. So you will have to restart from the bottom, you know what I'm saying, with new characters that you trying to encourage some different gameplay and trying out some new things. So how do we feel about this adjustment to their ranked mode?
Man, I really need this game like today. It's honestly super annoying that it's not in my hands. I'm seeing so much of it on my timeline. It's actively driving me insane. I need to go meet up with my therapist just to talk about Street Fighter taunting me. Um, I think that the LP it's such like as per usual, such a good idea from Street Fighter. They're doing things right. Like the idea that if I play when I play Tekken and I play Miguel, I'm a way better Miguel than I am a Steve player. And to make me play against people who I would play with the other character is just absurd. If you play any kind of fighting game at any point in time, you know that your main is way better than whatever other offshoot character you're just trying to try out. So I am really happy about this because now it incentivizes me trying out new characters because like when you're playing and you're labbing, it's fun to learn the character, but the most fun you're gonna have is playing with other people. And I have no desire to play the people who I play against when I'm playing Miguel than when I'm playing like somebody else who I'm not as good with. It's a great idea. I cannot wait to get my hands on this because now if I'm ever like, man, this grind, I got to a specific level with this character. I feel like, because this happens all the time for people, and this is one of the reasons I stopped playing Guilty Gear. I feel like my character is just not optimal for the level that I'm at. I think that it's people are getting buffed and my character's not getting seen enough. Instead of like learning a whole new character and having to get my ass beat for months on end so I can get to the level that I was with my first main, I'd rather just not play this game anymore. So this is going to incentivize people being like, hey man, I'm getting cooked. I'm going to just go pick something else and I'm going to learn something else. It's kind of like smurfing, but the difference is that when you're playing a smurf on Apex, your wingman still shoots like a wingman no matter the character. But my light attack is very different on one character from the next. Like there are different, it's completely different. And I'm happy that they're not going like the shooter route where they're like, no, we're just going to make this, you're going to level up all the way. Like this is sick. Street Fighter, as per usual, doing the best thing for fighting games. Man, 1 month is too long. The game should be out. Let me play the goddamn game.
You trying to play that crack? You want
Bro, I need that. No, I'm not. You're not catching me with those allegations. No, sir. I don't play no crack. I barely play the beta. As soon as they say, yo, get off at 11:59, I was off at 11:58. I am not playing Capcom. Me and you, good terms.
That's too funny, bro. Oh shoot, I don't know if we talked about it last week, but for those that don't know, there's apparently a cracked version of Street Fighter 6 is going around, and in an effort to maintain fairness, with the potential tournament that's coming, the Capcom Cup and all that stuff, Capcom was like, yo, we're gonna straight up ban people from competition and from playing the game that have are playing this existing crack, and it's been a witch hunt. People was like, yo, no, I ain't do it. He did it.
It's so funny because like people on Twitter like will go to their feed, go down their media because some people are like, yo, I got the crack, it's looking crazy, whatever. We'll go down the media, quote, retweet the tweet and at Capcom, like, hey, Capcom, right here. And then like I saw somebody do it, and then the tweet got deleted, and he screenshotted it beforehand. He's like, nah, fam, you're not getting away at blah 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 at Capcom Fighters. No. Let them know. This thing, because it's a $2 million pop. People are like, hey man, I don't even care if you played it or not. If you beat me, I'm lying. I would have fun trying to beat those allegations. And I'm like, this is absurd.
Hey man, you gotta do what you gotta do for the bag. This shit is like, it's the Red Scare, nigga. This is the Red Scare. Niggas is getting outed every day. Say, yo, you're colluding, bro. Enemy of the state. Enemy of the Capcom state.
I'm not even getting in lobbies with people who done touch the crack. If you touch crack, bro, I'm not even like, hey, I don't know you, bro. Get out. I'm getting you out the friends list. All that. We are not cool.
I'm dead. He said we're not involved, bro. I need my name in that pot, boy. I need my name in there. Insane times, bro. Insane. But calling on insane and harkening on that, with the confirmation of an August drop for Armored Core 6 Fires of Rubicon, I will get my dollar in person down the road. Don't worry about that. We got a fresh gameplay trailer and a host of new details from FromSoft, including multiple story endings with new paths opening up after multiple playthroughs, different attack classes with long range like bazookas, Gatling guns, plasma rifles, and more in the kit, and a melee class with chainsaws, blades, and all that stuff of the like. A confirmed stagger bar, a confirmation of where the speed may look like is somewhere between Armored Core 3 and Armored Core 5, and of course a lot of variety in enemies and customizations and building your rig for missions. So thoughts on what you saw in the new trailer and all the new details that have popped up through Armored Core 6?
Oh no.
I want this game to be the best Armored Core in the series, and I really hope it gets reviewed badly. I no, but in all seriousness, it does look really good. I'm a huge fan of mech games.
hope.
I really do want to play it. I don't, man. Here, I would like for this game to not have a super high difficulty, but I've been told that that's basically what the games are.
Yeah, good luck. Good luck with
yeah,
that one, Chief.
I'm still gonna play it. I'm still gonna advocate for an easy mode because sometimes people just want to get fried and run around as a robot. But hey, I guess we got to be super serious and super sweaty in the single player game that I paid
Go
for.
play
And I gotta,
Recore.
yeah, like man, like it would be nice to just be able to relax, but that's not what video games are meant for these days. But yeah, it looks really good. I'm really excited to play it, and because I'm a huge fan of mech games, and I don't think we've had a good mech game in a long ass time.
In a minute.
Exoprimal.
It's not out yet. It's not out yet. It's not out yet, man. Hey guys, relax. It's not out yet. We'll see. We'll see you. We'll see you in June. We'll see you in June. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, you know, feels good. I'm a dollar up. My spirits are high. This game looks ridiculous. Ridiculous. I ain't gonna front on you, man. It feels so good, and I'm glad that it was the reconfirmation that the customization and optimizing your rig is still ever present in the game. You know what I'm saying? That's a focal point of building your rig right for missions. I feel like that's one of the most rewarding parts of this process. I feel like Elden Ring was a more active where it's like, okay, you know, you do quick on the fly changes. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like for me, I don't know if it's because the presence of a mech and I feel like more technological in a sense. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what it is, but I feel like when you do those little mission setups and you're getting your rig right and you see it, you know, actually come to pass and like everything you set up for is coming to fruition and you're ready for it and you're passing with flying colors. That's it's like a reward, bro. It's like its own double reward alongside you completing the mission. Like it went according to your plan. So I'm very, very, very much excited for this game. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready to just absolutely struggle. And yeah, it looks like a good time, bro. It looks like an actual good time. Again, this is basically just Elden Ring mechs, but it is what it is. It looked damn good, and it's just the movement speed. I love being able to move fast and not huff and puff because I'm over encumbered. Fucking Souls games. I like this. I like this. It looks great, looks fantastic, and August cannot roll through fast enough. Can't wait to struggle. Can't wait to struggle, honestly. Nice. I'm about to say, but King, this is another one that's you're too young for, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, word. We're gonna be checking these periodically throughout the rest of the episodes throughout eternity. Now we're just gonna check. Is it too young for him-o-meter? We're gonna figure it out. But no, I suggest you play it though. I think you'll have a good time. I think you'll have a very illuminating experience. Oh man,
Illuminating is fucking scary.
It's not that scary. It's not scary. Oh
yeah,
man.
bro, you don't want to play a hard ass single player game on your time off? That doesn't sound exciting to you?
Nice little stroll through, you know what I'm saying, and an enemy, you know what I'm saying, like a whole like stronghold, you know what I'm saying, just with thousands of fast moving missiles and other various things flying at you, and you got to be ready for it, prepared to the T. I think it's a pretty calming, you know what I'm saying, experience. I think it's pretty calming on like a nice Sunday afternoon. Get your lemonade, you know what I'm saying, get inside a mech, just sweat your ass off. I don't know.
Lemonade and mechs.
Yeah, don't sound right to you? I don't know. Hey, man, listen. Different strokes, different folks, man. I just don't think it's too far off. But anyways, let's go talk about Respawn. So they have laid out more of their plans moving forward on a couple of different fronts. As Vince Zampella spoke with Axios and talked about, one, Star Wars, with 2 more games in development from the Respawn camp, one being an FPS being made entirely from the Respawn team, and a strategy game being tag team with Respawn and Bit Reactor, and a new original IP from a team led by Steve Fukuda, who was the Titanfall series director and is now in early stages of development. And he also confirmed that nothing is in the works with the new Titanfall, so that kind of sucks. But anyways, thoughts on the new projects that are incoming from Respawn?
Respawn has always had the firepower to create amazing stuff. It's about who's making the decisions on the business end. So just have faith.
Yeah, I think Respawn, if it had a publisher that wasn't EA, would be on the level of Naughty Dog, but that's not the case. So here we are.
That is a fair shout. That's a fair shout. And honestly, I feel like, the thing is, I feel like EA is getting better. Like
no, they are.
I think they're getting better at like shutting the fuck up and letting the actual studios handle their business. They're starting to improve, which is great. Fantastic signs. I appreciate that from them because they've come a long way so far.
Yeah, no, they have definitely.
Yeah, but speaking on these two, I mean, out of the 3, the disappointing news, of course, is that there's nothing Titanfall coming through. But again, a new original IP from anybody who made the Titanfall stuff, especially again Steve Fukuda, I'm with. That's probably gonna be fire. I'm okay with that. And then the FPS that's gonna be made with Respawn. Again, Respawn FPS feels like hand in glove to me. And in the Star Wars universe, I'm very, very interested to see how that would pan out because I feel like shooters and Star Wars, you know what I'm saying, they've had good redemption arcs and have been good in latent stages, the Battlefronts and stuff like that. Being just a shooter and in the Star Wars universe, but they can knock it out the park the first time. They really can. I believe in Respawn to make a good shooter based in the Star Wars universe, bro. Just give us a hunters game. Just give us a bounty hunters game with just straight FPS action, and I'm good. I'm honestly straight. So that sounds good to me. You know what I'm saying? The strategy game will probably make itself because you're tag team with Bit Reactor, but the FPS in the Star Wars universe, let's take your time with that. But I trust Respawn to make that correct.
Yeah, so do
I. Alrighty then. With the summer drawing ever closer, more rumors are buzzing about PlayStation Showcase and its potential return, and a potential lineup has been rumored to be floating around, which includes Wolverine, Spider-Man 2, Stellar Blade, Silent Hill 2 Remake, The Last of Us multiplayer, Death Stranding 2, Ghost Tsushima 2, a brand new IP from Sony Santa Monica, a brand new IP from Ben Studios, and a brand new IP from Bungie. So thoughts on this rumored, prospective, alleged lineup and what you might want to see coming from a rumored PlayStation Showcase coming in the summer?
Something new from Bungie.
I feel like it's whatever shooter.
It sounds way too good to be true.
Yeah,
That's what it sounds like to me. This sounds like, hey man, we're giving you everything, no problem. Like, how long is this showcase gonna be? Like 3 days? Like, what do you? They do like 40 minutes of like Final Fantasy as a whole showcase. You tell me that in May randomly we're just gonna drop dumb amounts of heat like that? Really? I mean, when is Game Fest is in June, right? They're doing this before Summer Games Fest? Really? I don't doubt that they have gas in the tuck. But I also just feel like why? Why all of a sudden? Who pissed y'all off? Like,
what are we rushing for?
You know what I'm saying? Like, you could have been doing this for months now. Like, if you had all this stuff coming in the cut, why all of a sudden you're just like, all right, May, we're gonna go crazy? Is this because of like the Activision Blizzard thing? Like, what's going on here, bro? Like,
guys.
And even then, they have no one to compete with.
You know what I'm saying?
There's no reason to be flexing.
Guys,
they're in the lead.
Gentlemen. we have to put our bifocals on and focus. Look at the trends, the history. What's happening? The last time we got a showcase of this caliber was pretty much around that kickoff. What was it, 2021? 2021? And then before that, what, 2016? We can go to the 2016 one. 2016, we got a whole bunch of shit. The first Spider-Man, God of War Return was announced. There was so much shit that happened in those showcases, and that kicked off the launch of the PS4. That was basically like the big, like, hey, we got shit on the tuck coming through for PS4 stuff for real. And it was like towards the beginning of that era. I feel like this is either something that's just been, they're having power saver mode, bro. They're on gaming. They're on a gaming retention period, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Like this is just pure power play from Sony. They don't even reveal none of their big shit in State of Plays no more. They don't. They're just saving up like every 2 or 3 years for a showcase. Like, what's the last showcase we got? We got a bunch of different shit. We had what's it called? My memory's just shit. It's not that they didn't show anything. My memory's just dog shit. They had the KOTOR remake. They had a bunch of different stuff on that showcase, and they just had it one after one after one after one. I feel like they usually do this every couple of years, you know what I'm saying, just to really show out and just flex in lieu of a big, moving unit thing that happens like in the next 12 months after that. So it could be the early announcement of a PS4 Pro that comes out, or it could be just them trying to up sales or some of the like. But I have a strong feeling that, one, this thing definitely is going to happen. I have a strong feeling that they're going to have a big showcase this year. And two, we're going to see at least half of that. We're going to see at least half of those things come to pass. I would love to see, something a little bit nostalgic maybe come through. You can toss it up in the comments or whatever on what that may be. I'm not gonna say anything because Wen's gonna be like, that shit's not happening, bro. Get out of your head. It's done. And I'm gonna be sad for a couple moments after. But it is what it is. But this lineup looks feasible to me. We still have yet to see. It's been a year since we've seen anything. What's it called? Wolverine. Spider-Man is definitely due to come out this year. All the indications have been pointing it to come out this year. We just heard about Silent Hill 2 remake. About Last of Us faction multiplayer should still be on the way, and we've heard steadier rumblings about that stuff. Death Stranding 2 just got revealed. Ghost of Tsushima 2, we haven't heard barely anything, but we know from a while back that Sucker Punch, they were in the midst of development for something that was coming, and I think a lot of signs did point to that being Ghost of Tsushima 2. I think it's happening. I think it will happen. And I think a lot of this stuff will show up. You know what I'm saying? Who wants to bet $1 on it? Because I got a new $1 on retainer ready to go.
$1 on what specifically?
What do you want it to be on? If the show exists, if there's certain things that happen, yeah, exactly.
It could 1000% exist. I would have to say, do you think it's a PlayStation 5 Pro?
No, that's the big announcement.
Yeah, you like that? And that's I don't think that shit's happening. I think if anything, it'll be a PS5 Slim. I feel like that's what they would show.
Damn, you're right. You might have a point.
Like it's too early for a 5, but a Slim, they do those all the time. Like, it's a little bit cheaper, but. Yeah, I also don't know if that would work because the digital, I feel like it's basically the PlayStation 5 Slim.
That's a fair counter. It's a fair counter. I
don't want to bet anything on this because I don't know. I genuinely don't know what to expect out of this. Like this, if this happens, it'd be so out of left field. I would be caught off guard.
Yeah.
And I don't want to say that this is not going to happen because if there was a time for them to do it, it would be now.
Yeah, I agree. And again, everybody's coming out of their shell with the in-person events again. Why wouldn't they have a big ass showcases ready to roll? Everybody's been setting up shit. Xbox gonna have some live stage presence at Summer Game Fest or whatever separate event. EA Play is gonna be back in person again, I think, this year. So, like, damn, they gotta move. They gotta make a move. I'll figure out. I'll figure it out. There's gonna be like a 10-leg parlay, bro. We gonna figure out all the stops. We're gonna figure out all the parts of this to make sure it works, man. That $1 gonna equal up to like 10,000, bro. I don't know if I cash out right. If I cash it out right.
You'd have to talk to the bank. 'Cause I don't think that bank got enough for that.
I will figure it out, but I do think it is on the way. So we'll catch up with it. We'll catch up with it. Next story here. Wow. As of this recording, the arcane shooter known as Redfall has dropped today, which is May 2nd, to some tough discourse. We're going to break down what we were seeing, what we're feeling about it. So what do we make of Redfall, guys?
I looked a little bit gameplay and it's cheeks, just straight cheeks. It didn't look that impressive. It didn't look that enjoyable ever. It really just looked like, all right. I feel like Back for Blood and like it's just being copied and pasted like a bunch of times. Like not even maybe like not to say Back for Blood is the original. It's definitely not, but that's the kind of vibe. Like we expected stuff from Back for Blood, I think.
Bro,
we didn't get nothing.
I was saying the same type shit earlier, but I just oh my. When level sigh. All right. I actually took some time out today to play this game to try and see what was going on with it. Booted up Game Pass, got the game downloaded, checked it out. Good hour 45 too. Straight hot dog water. I am very, very disappointed. I ain't gonna lie. Did not feel great. Did not run great. Felt a little bit stale. Some of the visuals were cool on the vampires. I'll give them that positive. I liked some of the visuals and some of the scenery stuff. It actually looked pretty decent. But doesn't play good. It plays a little bit clunky. Didn't feel good on the sprint. Like it just feels a little bit ashy. It feels a little bit 2013, 12-y. You know what I mean? And even then, there was some better stuff that came out around that period, man. It just doesn't feel unique. It just doesn't feel unique enough. It doesn't feel distinct enough. It doesn't feel good. Don't feel good in general. You know what I'm saying? Not to mention all the bugs and stuff that was happening, bro. Like, it was just so many technical things that happened. When you first open this damn game, it starts out in like 19,000 by 10,000, you know what I'm saying, aspect ratio. so it bleeds over into your second monitor. Then you got to just kind of fix everything. It's going in and out because it's full screen. I'm like, bro, what the hell is this thing? What is it doing? And I had to go fix it in the OBS because I was trying to record the gameplay. I had to go fix it back because the screen got too small. I'm like, bro, this game is automatically a pain in the ass. The meleeing is so lame. The meleeing is honestly is worse than Borderlands. Borderlands literally has one swipe. There's no active melee in there. It's just one big ass hoof like you Salvador. Like the melee is lame. The stealth. Nah, I'm about to say you do have different options stuff to traverse the environment and go about it, but AI are completely useless unless they're looking square at you in the forehead for 3 seconds while like the cocoa butter is shining off your forehead skin. They don't notice you. You know what I'm saying? Like any footsteps don't really go unnoticed. I was playing, I forgot what her name was, bro. The character with the robot, the chick with the robot. And I came across the left side of a section, one of the opening areas, right? I came across the left side to sneak across. Tell me how this big ass robot just goes plow, plow, and walks across the whole enemy path, right next to them. And they do not notice this robot whatsoever. I was like, nah, this can't be right. This got to be a joke. This ain't serious.
I definitely haven't had the most positive things come out so far,
bro. And I wanted to give it a chance because it came out early May. I'm like, bro, I always give things around early May a chance because that's just how I am. That's just how it is. But this is disappointment, bro. Disappointment. And I will add another thing here. I personally feel like this shouldn't have been open world whatsoever. If you're going to add an open world, and maybe it could be, you know, I had a solo run for about 2 hours, so maybe it was just because I was in the world, maybe not enough enemies were added in because of the player counts or co-op or anything like that. But the emptiness when you first walked outside of that fire station is ridiculous. It felt empty, bro. I felt like a vacuum. I was running down the highway to another part of the map, and I'm just like, yo, I only saw one vampire on the way from here to there. I climbed the roof in the middle of a town on the next thing over, like a 2 minute walk that way, and just two vampires on the roof, and that was it. I'm like, bro, it just feels so empty. It feels too spread out. I'm like, bro, if you wanted to make it like, you really have to up, like, I want it to feel like Final Fantasy 15 when you go after the time skip and you walking up the highway. It needs to be like danger all around you type vibe. It needs to be closer to that. It needs to be almost claustrophobic, but it just felt so empty, bro. And that's sad. That's sad. This is something that probably should have been a very very restricted open world or not open world whatsoever, because it just didn't fit what the game was trying to achieve. And I feel like that exposed more of the gameplay feel more often than not. So it just, damn, this is an L for Arcane, bro. This is an L for Arcane. And I'm like, it hurts because I like Arcane. I really do. I really do like Arcane. And it's just tough. It's tough, man. I really wanted greatness for this game, and I don't know if it's a patch or whatever, but I don't think it's a patch. Just not hitting, bro. Not hitting from what I saw. I'm gonna try and give it a second chance. Maybe it's me, maybe my PC or something like that not cooperating. I don't know. Maybe it's something that I drank today. But so far, first impressions, very, very, very bad. Not good at all.
I think that this shit is the funniest thing about the whole thing is that like Tripp doesn't really like, I don't want to say Tripp doesn't play games, but Tripp doesn't have a lot of time.
Bro, I really
to my
don't.
knowledge.
I really
and like
don't.
the fact that he told me he played an hour and 45 minutes, I was like, bro, I'd have gave it an hour. And I have time and I'd have gave it an hour and that would have been it. Yeah, that's kind of whack. I downloaded it. I haven't played it. I don't want to really use my experience as like if my game runs smoothly, I don't think it's really fair. Because like I'm running very high quality shit in this computer. So like if I'm like, oh, I don't have any problems, like that's because I shouldn't, like with this kind of a build. So like
That's
I can't really
Elon Musk right now.
No, I mean
the world,
like
PC.
I like if the back computer can't run this game, then this game is just broken, like in general. But outside of that, I just think that Xbox needs to step it up, bro. Like this is tough, dog. I can't. I feel bad for you, Xbox boys,
Son,
man. Like,
do you know how much
that's tough?
Xbox fans getting cooked day in and day out at this point, bro? Do you know how much pressure this puts on what's it called, Starfield? Do you know how much pressure this puts on Starfield to actually produce? This is unimaginable. You putting all your faith
On Bethesda.
day one. Day one. You know what I mean? Day one. With all the patches and things that could possibly go wrong with bugs and all that stuff on Bethesda. Not to say that Bethesda ain't you know what I'm saying, don't have it in them. They potentially do.
No,
but damn, it's crazy. I was trying to be nice.
They don't got a day one game in them. I'm sorry. We know this. Skyrim wasn't even a day one game.
You're not wrong. But all I'm saying is, from a general sense, I understand why y'all so desperate to get Call of Duty and Activision in, bro. I really understand. Y'all need help.
No.
Y'all need help,
There's
bro.
No way you just did them like that.
Perfect Dark did them dirty. You know what I'm saying? Perfect Dark, they did them dirty. What's it mean? What's it called? Perfect Dark is in the mud. Gears is non-existent. Halo, it's in the back burner. Like there's a bunch of other stuff that's happening. I'm like, bro. It's really raps, bro. It really is not good. It's not good. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. It's not. And Redfall has not helped the case of Xbox trying to establish itself as a hub for quality AAA games. It's not.
Yeah. If it weren't for Game Pass, boy, oh man. Would Xbox consoles be collecting dust at the local Walmart? It is tough, bro.
Them boys would be in trouble, son. Trouble. Also, before we move on to the next section here, I don't know why I didn't pop on my notes, but I did mean to mention it. I'll get it from memory. Guys, the telenovela has not stopped. It's not over. It's not over because the UK CMA have blocked the Activision acquisition of Microsoft. That just reminded me from earlier, guys. They officially did block it late last week, causing the media, everybody going to frenzy, like LeBron did a chase down block in the finals and shit like that. Like it was going nuts. And they cited their concerns over the fragile cloud market and how it would be too easy to dominate, and there would be a high lack of competition in cloud spaces, to the rejoice of many PlayStation fans and representatives around the world. They said, hey, listen, all these 10-year deals that you're signing, they're too narrow, they're too weak. They still allow you to make in-game app purchase. The domain of that, the dominion of that falls to Xbox still with all these deals, and it's still a little bit unfair. So they held that back, but there was a specific instance where an industry insider, I forget his name, but he did mention that there was an out provided to Microsoft. The UK CMA said, apparently, that they would allow a clearance, an allowance of this deal to go through, but Xbox would have to promise, basically, that they would not raise the price of Game Pass. Now, I don't know if that's in totality for a number of years, but they did say the price of Game Pass would have to freeze for a whatever determinable period of time. So thoughts on the block, thoughts on the way out, thoughts on the you know what I'm saying, the Hispanic soap opera known as the Activision acquisition thus far.
I'm fine with Game Pass staying the same price because there's no way it's supposed to. But like, if that's what I get out of PlayStation not getting Activision or whatever, like I'm fine with that. I think that's a pretty solid like outcome for us consumers. I think it's really funny that like the UK like was cool with it, and then one day woke up was like, actually, we're not cool with it. I don't know what was in the beans and toast that day, but shout outs to them boys, I guess. Like, hey, sorry Xbox, I don't know what to tell you. At this point, I think that Redfall was this bad because this happened. I think they were like, hey, remember that build that sucked that we said we're not putting out? Put that one out. We need reasons, bro. We need reasons.
That was your theory?
That's my theory. I think that they sabotaged Redfall so that they could get Activision. That's how much they want Call of Duty.
This was the Doctor Strange sacrifice play, bro. This was the 1 in 10 trillion. This was the 1 in 10 trillion, bro. It had to be done. I'm sorry, Arcane. I'm sorry, dog.
It had to be somebody, and I'm sad that it was you.
That's ridiculous.
Insane, bro. Insane. I'm just like, damn. Xbox, damn. You're really in a tough way. But I'm gonna be real here. I kind of understand it. I kind of get it. They were signing all these 10-year deals, and on the surface, like, oh, look, we're signing all these decade deals, everybody. We should be good, right? And then as soon as they look closer at these deals, they're like, bro, they still get domain over all the in-game app purchases. Like, they still getting all this bread coming back to them. Like, that could really, you know what I'm saying, mess some things up. I'm just saying what they saw. So I understand, you know what I'm saying, the only ground left to argue on was something that they really took to detail. Now, I don't know if, you know what I'm saying, Sony was giving them a layup on what to look for. It could be anything. But they found a reason. They did. And honestly, I'll be real, it's a legitimate reason to some extent. Cloud gaming is not ready there, but already setting up shop in a space that's emerging is probably a little bit unfair to competition. By the basis of that, it probably is fair. It probably is fair grounds. Now, I will say this. Given how ass Redfall was, y'all might have to press the button on this. Howie Mandel opened the box for you and said deal or no deal. Depending on the amount of years, like if you give it like a 10-year, man, give it like a 5-10-year deal. Just don't raise the price for like a decade on Game Pass. I'm straight off that. If you freeze it, I bet even more people would buy it if they allowed it to go through. Y'all just gotta aggressively market. And y'all could still probably offset whatever costs y'all were planning to do on periodically raising those prices, which is, you know, a little bit tough for y'all to adjust to, but y'all be fine. Y'all be good. I want to keep my Game Pass. So I think this I see this as a total win. I see this as a complete win.
Yeah. I mean, regardless, at the end of the day, the way that the markets have been moving, I genuinely do think that we're going to, like, Activision will get sold at some point in time. If I get something out of it, then yes, I'm going to be pretty happy about it.
Absolutely.
So I'd rather get 5-10 years of $15 Game Pass than get nothing and Activision still gets sold and it's still monopoly's still happening and us still being in a worse spot for gaming. I think, like, I am a doomer. I think it will be inevitable that we get big gaming monopolies, but I think that if I can get something out of it, that would be super sick. Like if I could have gotten free Marvel movies for 10 years for Disney acquiring Marvel and like acquiring Marvel and Star Wars, I think that would have been sick. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm like, because we got it anyways. Monopolies are still happening anyways. So
facts.
if
At
I could get
least,
something
at
out
least,
of it,
at
it'd be
least
nice.
give me a discount to the AMC, motherfucker. Like, yo, I'm in the long haul with y'all. Word. I was about to say, King, any thoughts on the fiasco that's going on?
They're having a fun time, aren't they?
Very much.
They must be having so much. Like this must be like presidential debate level. Like this is. They are going crazy in the offices right now.
The FCC has never had more work. They're
Like,
like, hey, let's keep going.
Like they are waking up and coming to the office. They're trying to leave to go home. He's like, "Where the fuck are you going? Sit down." Oh, shit! All the new hires after the ones that they let go, they're like, "You trying to leave, my guy?" I hope they get this shit done. I'm sure this must be stress.
Oh, absolutely. It has to be, bro. It has to be. There's no other way this could get done. People can't be this calm looking at the situation after they just, again, literally pump faked you. They say, "Oh yeah, we're gonna shoot it up. Yeah, it's a layup, guys." Psych. Time out. This is wrong. Like what? Like, the game's almost over, bro. Why didn't you see it out? And now they got to go back and forth. Now they got to go back in a huddle and figure out what's going on. So interesting times, but this is thoroughly entertaining. But I want to stop covering this. Can we just reach a resolution, man? Just stop raising the Game Pass prices. Let's get on with it. Man. All right, on to the trailer trove, the section where we talk about more watchable media. First and foremost, there's been a lot of rumbling about Alita Battle Angel, as Avatar Way of Water producer John Landau revealed that some conversations are in progress with the director of the first film, Robert Rodriguez, and actress Rosa Salazar to pick this up. So thoughts on a potential sequel being in talks?
Y'all ever watch this movie?
I did.
I have not seen this movie.
I did recently. This shit was buns, but it was a good buns. Like this was a.
But the animation was actually like
no,
like
the animation was absurd. It was a
hard.
whack movie, but it was good. But it was a whack. Like this was. If I get a second one of these,
that CGI was hard. That CGI was kind of hard, bro. I'm gonna be real. Like again, I'll be honest. Like not my favorite movie. But that art though, but the art, CGI and all that stuff, the action. Oh, come on now, I'm with that. I like that.
I was watching it, and I can't remember what scene specifically, but I remember being like, "Yo, are y'all like reading like the same script?" Because like you guys are like not. It's like one person's talking and one person's talking to somebody not in the scene, and like that's like the level of like writing that was in that movie. But man, was it a fun ride! I don't know if we will get a sequel. I don't know if I want a sequel. But if I got a sequel, I might have to peep it.
Listen, I ain't gonna lie. Like,
oh man, that's a funny review.
I go into Robert Rodriguez movies for 50%, like to see a good movie, and the other 50% is to just see some wild shit happen. Like, I'm gonna be real. If you look at his track record, bro, I'm gonna keep it a stack with you. Like what? Spy Kids, Dusk Till Dawn. You know what I'm saying? Sin City, The Mariachi, Once Upon a Time in Mexico, Adventure Shark Boy and Lava Girl. A really wild ass mix, if you ask me. You know what I'm saying? But again, it's half vibes, half a good watch. But most of it is entertaining if you're gonna keep it a buck. Most of it is entertaining 100%. As hell. So I mean, what you want to do here? I'm with it. I'm with another Alita. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta put no bum ass. You know what I'm saying? Thing that nobody gonna watch. But what's his name? What's it called? Not Russell Crowe. What's the other dude from Olympus Has Fallen? I can't remember that guy's name. Exactly the point. We don't need them type of movies, bro. Exactly the point. We don't need that, bro. Give us Alita, bro. Don't give us no bullshit like Plane. Yeah. Get that shit out of here, bro. Let's get in. Let's get it in.
No, yeah. I was having a fun time with that movie. Man, the whole time I was watching it, I'm like, damn, Speed Racer was such a good movie, man. People were sleeping. That's the whole time I was watching that. That's what I was thinking.
Speed Racer grew on me a lot. A lot.
Hey man, I could talk about Speed Racer for days, but we don't have time. That's a
Yeah,
different
yeah,
different
that's
podcast,
different.
different
It
episode.
was campy, but shit was so good. Shit was actually really good. All right. Moving on here. The Raka brothers from YouTube, who just had a horror film picked up by A24, are apparently in talks to direct a live action rendition of Street Fighter. Now, this comes like just about a week or so after the Street Fighter movie rights got picked up by Legendary Studios. So thoughts on this?
I'm not against it, but y'all gotta come correct, because the only remember how we had I want the Mortal Kombat treatment. Mortal Kombat got a really campy movie. Everybody was like, this is so cheesy, this is so corny. Then they got a pretty decent one after a really bad one. We got a pretty campy, this is so cheesy. It's not good, but we love it for what it is. A really bad one. If y'all don't come through with a pretty eye movie, how that's what's sad too, is that I'm asking for okay. I'm not even asking for a good movie. I'm asking to watch it and not hate myself that I spent the time watching it. Just don't make me depressed. Just do that for me. Do that for me, please. Don't make me depressed in the theater, and I'll be so happy.
Yeah, I'm gonna be real with you. I'll be real. If they had some if they had actual more production behind their shit, I'm not mad at it. I'll be real. I'm not mad at it. I don't know if you see the source tweet, but they done a video that was Street Fighter based before, and they had stunt wires and everything like that. They actually put some effort behind it. I'm like, yo, this was 10 times better than that bullshit they did with the Chun-Li movie. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I do not want to see anything like that, bro. Don't put what was my man's name? Was it Kevin Kline? I don't know. I can't remember the guy's name. Whoever was in there, who was that bum ass cop with the balding head. Terrible movie. Don't watch it. Don't watch it, please. But I'm gonna be real. Raka, they seem like creative folk. Them two seem like actually really creative folk, and they could. I just want to see something decent. Again, I'm with Wen. I just want to see something decent and entertaining. There was one Street Fighter film, a short film that somebody did on YouTube years ago. I can't remember it, man. It's on YouTube somewhere. If you just look up Street Fighter live action short film, it's probably somewhere in there. But it was dope. It was actually mad fire. And I'm like, bro, if people can do this with a low budget and just a couple of effects here and there, somebody with an actual big, a big backing like Legendary Studios can make something happen. It just takes the right people. And I feel like Raka could do it. They could do it. So I'm interested. I'm actually interested to see what that is. All right, moving on. We got the full trailer for Gran Turismo, the film, coming to theaters very, very soon. I completely forget the release date, but it is what it is. What do you make of the new trailer, the full trailer that we finally have received?
I'll be honest, that shit blew me away.
Yeah,
I was not expecting that.
I'm sad because I can't slander Gran Turismo anymore.
Literally, I was
damn it, bro. That shit was so fun. Now I look like a hater. That actually looked pretty sick.
Yeah.
You know what? We're gonna get out of this film, bro? We're gonna have a bunch of fucking articles talking about how gaming is the fucking future. How you can go from your room to a real life car.
Bro, I see it now. I think the concept is cool. I think this is the best way you could have made a Gran Turismo movie, because I wasn't watching anything else. But shout outs to them boys, bro, because this is not the game I thought was gonna get a sick. This is. I don't even I'm gonna put it this way. I wasn't even excited for the Sonic movies, and this has kind of changed my mind. This has gotten me excited. So this might be the one. This might be the one I tap into. This looks pretty sick.
Nah, it's pretty cool. I definitely the trailer finished. I was like, holy shit, they did it.
I'm gonna keep it a bean. I'm with it. Yeah. You know what? I'm with you. I've long denied game. You know what I'm saying? Video game movies. The curse is well and truly over. But could the average standard of video game movies be actually increasing? Possibly.
100%. I think this is gonna be I think we're going into that period now, with that transition period where the rhetoric behind gaming completely changes. I feel like from pretty soon the story on gaming is gonna be quite positive going forward. Like you're not gonna find all those like. I mean, you're gonna get those stories about the politicians saying that Fortnite is gonna turn your kid into a zombie,
Oh yeah,
slaying. Those people are always gonna exist. But in terms of how people are pushing gaming and using it, you know, mostly for monetary, reasons, but
mm,
they're gonna be pushing gaming and saying like gaming is good for you. This is what you can do with gaming. Gaming can fulfill your dreams and teach you things. I think that's the direction that we're going in.
Yeah,
facts,
no more having to tell people how important hand-eye coordination is. Like
bro.
that
Yeah.
used to be
Mm,
the thing is like, no, my hand-eye coordination though. But like I completely agree with you that this might
dog,
be the conversation might get better now.
Yeah.
dog. Wait till the neck beards hear that you can actually fix up, act right, and gaming can get you bitches. It's crazy. Shit's gonna be mind blowing, mind blowing. Oh my
Because
goodness.
I don't. Is this? Do you guys have like what's like grassroots esports like in America? Do you guys have like?
Grassroots
No,
esports, America.
no, none of that.
Damn, because like
Aside from locals in Smash, that's
We
the closest you get.
yeah,
we
no, so
barely have grass.
I'm gonna, I'm gonna detour slightly here, but I went to visit Guild Esports. I don't know if you guys have seen or ever heard of them, but they're a UK org,
Mhm.
and they have linked up with like schools in the local area that they actually have their HQ in, and like they invite kids down. So like for an example, like there's this kid, he plays Rocket League on his Switch, and then he comes in, he jumps on a PC, and he's like one of the most cracked out 10-year-olds you've ever seen on Rocket League. And like that's something that happens quite a lot because there's quite a lot of actual like UK hubs for esports.
Mhm.
So they'll just go out and talk to schools in the local areas that they build their HQs in, and they'll be like, "Hey, like we have these facilities. Can we bring some of your kids in, give them courses? See if they like gaming." Like that's the thing that's happening a lot in the UK. So I think hopefully it's happening a lot more around the world because I think
Uh,
that's sick. Like the opportunity to get something like that being so young would have changed a lot of people's lives.
So, and that what's funny that you bring that up. I've always had a desire to do that for like my own community, where
Mm,
I live. I've always wanted to like blow up on YouTube or whatever, so that I could create like an esports center for like at-risk kids. Because I think that like gaming for me was always just when I grew up, my mom never let me go outside because it was too dangerous. So like I would just spend all my time on playing video games, and I always wanted to like create like a safe haven, but that was more social for people. In the States, we don't like kids. Like as fucked up as
Yeah,
that sounds,
that's a
but
real
like
statement.
it's pretty obvious. Like we care more about guns than we do about
Yeah,
kids. That's just like I
America,
mean I'm not
America
trying to get
fucked that up for us.
yeah, sorry to get political for anybody who's listening, but that's just fact. Let's call a spade a spade. So the idea of like creating like taking like funding and creating like a space for kids to like enjoy, like even to this day, like you could ask any kid who's like 13, be like, yo, where do you have to hang out? They'll say the mall. But then you can also ask them like, how many times have you gotten kicked out of the mall? Oh, quite often. Like we just don't have places
mm,
for kids to be anymore.
Mm,
It's really fucking sad because we just don't invest in public anything. Like everything is just like
facts.
everything is for profit around these parts. And I would love like that sounds like an awesome like place to be as a kid. I know my friend, white kid, like grew up like in arcades because his parents would just give him money and he'd just go to his arcade and play with the boys. And I'm like, that sounds awesome. I didn't have that. I had a GameCube, two controllers, and if you came over, you came over and we had fun. Um, it would be an amazing experience to like show like I would want for this movie to show people that like, hey, yo, this can be like kids can have fun with game. This could be like stepping stones to greatness. And I would love for this country to take that turn, but unless there's money involved, really, it's gonna take a lot.
yeah. I mean, I think the general message I've always seen from gaming is that gaming lays the foundations for like a lot of skills and like a lot of like functional thinking. Like I think gaming, like, if you start from young anyway, like you learn a lot of shit that you don't really like you don't know what you're learning, but you're learning it. So that when you go on to do other things, it's kind of easier. Like, I don't know many people that didn't play games that didn't kind of. There's certain things that they just kind of got. Like, they started playing games, then they got into games they liked, and somehow that's transferred into a skill that they're using outside of gaming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like me playing video games and then turning it into content creation and like learning like that. That's what's like my segue is like I love playing video games. I love talking about video games, and it started making me analyze shit more. And I got a degree in film because like I couldn't get a degree in like analyzing video games. And it turned I found a creative path through this medium. But it's sadly there's just like while there are places in the world where it's and I love to see that. Like it truly does make me joy to see like it bringing um kids of like together and like having them express themselves. It's just one of those things where it's like if only it were everywhere kind of.
Yeah.
Hey man, Wu-Tang is for the kids, man. Why can't we all?
Yeah.
Dead ass, man. Dead ass. All right, moving forward here. Netflix are seemingly teeing up a follow-up on the Monster series, aka the Jeffrey Dahmer story, with the Lyle and Eric Menendez story with an apparent serial killer universe or series or anthology sprouting up. I don't know what the hell going on, but thoughts on this?
I hate this. I actually do not like the fact that we have become obsessed with serial killers. I think it's hella weird.
Facts.
I blame all those like true crime podcasts. I'm sure that these white ladies did not set out with making other white ladies obsessed with murder, but it's starting to get a little ridiculous. I wish we would stop doing this because of things like Jeffrey Dahmer was preying on like predominantly like black and brown kids and like shit like that. Like that's the thing that pisses me off because it's like we romanticize the monster, but like the people who died, they're not getting any money from any of these stories. Yet we're over here like, oh my god, this is so entertaining. Wow, so crazy. Like this is absurd. I wish we would stop. We have enough of these. I know so much about these killers. I've never watched any of these shows, but I know so much about these killers just from osmosis, just because people talk about it and seeing trailers from this shit that I honestly don't think we need anymore. If somebody who doesn't engage with this content, knows so much from being around the content, maybe you've gotten the point across of getting the information out there. Just maybe.
Yeah, I've never watched them, stayed away from them. Generally, it's not a theme I'd ever go to watch anyways. But I do think the obsession behind these stories is just odd.
Yeah, Netflix can fuck off. Honestly, I'm so tired of this bullshit. Like, you've already double whammied on some stupid shit at this point. One, you've ticked the no universe, you know what I'm saying, box of we don't want any fucking universes that don't make sense. Like, we don't want any anthologies, we don't want anything that connects to nothing. We don't want no overarching brand that covers none of that shit. We don't want none of it. None of it. Leave it be. And then you add serial killers into the mix, bro. I don't want to see no serial killers, bro. I really don't. I promise you. I don't think that was at the top of my to-do list. Like, I don't think that's beating out Ted Lasso. I'm gonna be real with you. I don't think that's coming close to, you know what I'm saying, Arcane or any other shit that's on my list right now. I really don't think. You're not beating Star Wars Visions. I'm not dropping Star Wars Vision to go see some bullshit about some random ass serial killers, some bum ass niggas. I'm not doing that. So why would you put it there? I don't know, man. It's just annoying. Netflix, make some original shows. Do better. What happened to the Get Down? What happened to the Get Down? What happened?
You know what? Netflix needs to do? They need to bring back Chicago Fire.
Hey, listen.
I don't think Netflix made that unless they made like a remake. But I think that was like an NBC show.
I
Like,
don't want to put it back on the platform. I'm tired. I want to continue watching. they took it off just as I was getting into it. I was like,
I think it's on Peacock now.
Yeah.
That's
Netflix. That's they've been making some interesting decisions just across the platform. They need to chill out. First, they're fucking up live streams. Now they're doing this.
Oh yeah.
Then they wanted to fucking stop us logging in from our mom's account. Like, chill out.
It's pretty nutty, bro. Nutty Netflix. And you trying to bump prices up, bitch ass nigga, bro. I'm about to say, let me chill out, man. Netflix, y'all lucky. I I don't pay a subscription to y'all shit. I'm using somebody's password. Anyways, as soon as I started nerding out all this Transformers stuff last week, a full trailer for Transformers Rise of the Beast popped up ahead of its June 9th release. Showed off all the new and return to Autobots and Decepticons. Unicron actually popped up and is the big bad in there, and a whole bunch more. So thoughts on all this stuff?
Hey.
I saw this. Go for it.
Nah, you go.
I was gonna say I saw this tweet where somebody was like, "Whoa!" It's like where like the robot monkey was like climbing and stuff, and like the camera was like following all the action.
Yeah.
It was so funny when they're like, it's almost like the camera's not even there. I'm happy. I got everything I needed out of this. That gave me the funniest laugh I ever had. That was exactly. You know what? Enjoy the movie. I might go watch it. I gotta go watch My Boy in the Heights. You know.
Did you see the tweet? Like, just going off this for 1 second. Did you see the tweet about Puss in Boots?
Oh, the anxiety attacks. Oh gosh.
The tweets that are coming out from films recently are killing me, bro.
Bro, they had it on a Paw Patrol movie.
Oh, I saw that one too.
They had the Paw Patrol joint. I'm like, bro, it's not that deep.
Oh. They're just fucking puppy jumping from a rooftop, and they're saying this is the best thing I've seen.
Son, it's such a good depiction of anxiety. I'm like, bro, the first time I understand, it was very, you know what I'm saying, poignant, and it was very nice. But if every movie has an anxiety ass moment, I feel like that muddies the quality of an anxiety moment depicted in film. Does it not? Let's stop talking about it. People just need to shut the fuck up and just let it live, at least.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe my stance on it is gonna be seen as weird, but it's just kind of like it's a normal thing, right? So I don't get why it's kind of being
romanticized, literally. Facts.
Yeah, I don't know.
If I started talking about all the dumb shit that I've seen about movies being tweeted out, I'd be here all day. That would be the podcast. So yeah. I think it's funny when people tweet about movies. It makes me laugh.
Bro, invariably dumb shit is been happening.
Yeah. Transformers, I see you got your guy.
Yeah, listen, my boy Unicron.
I see you got your guy.
Listen, I'm off the strength of Unicron alone on watching this film. I'm sorry. Off the absolute strength of Unicron showing up, I'm watching this movie. It may be shit, cool, but I'm watching. I will be. We will be there. We will be there.
Interested. That guy looks huge.
Yes, he's a.
Wasn't there like a part where like they were talking to Unicron and
yes, but they were
just like this big structure in the background. I was like,
they were paused inside Unicron. They like like it's really deep. He's a planet eater. Like he's like Galactus type shit. Like he really eats planets and universes. He like that. I fucking love Unicron, but that's beside the point. Gonna watch it even though it might be shit. I'm here for it.
It does look good though, like in terms of compared to like the last ones that we've got.
Oh yeah,
look sick. Because how did you guys feel about the Bumblebee movie? Yeah, I'll take that. I'll take that.
I didn't watch it.
Yeah, like I think this is like a good comeback film if we want to even suggest that should be a thing.
Return to form. We'll say that.
Like this feels very Transformers. The recent films have not felt very Transformers.
Yeah. No, I hear you on that. But yeah, I'm excited actually. So I'm looking out for it. Oh, this is completely a random aside, but yeah, Kxng, I'll speak to you after the podcast. But we watching Spider-Verse, bro. We watching Spider-Verse. I just realized the timing. June 2nd. Actually, wait, maybe. I don't know. We'll talk about it after the podcast, but yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
Your motherfuckers better be tapping into some Street Fighter labbing.
Yeah.
Miles Morales. Y'all better be going Miles in the training room.
Bro, he's so ready for Street Fight. Oh my gosh, bro.
Bro, this is when he becomes those 24-hour streamers.
Bro, it's a wrap. He's gonna be labbing so much. It's gonna be ridiculous. Oh my gosh. That's gonna be a sight to behold. A sight to behold. But anyway, speaking of sights to behold, we got a teaser reveal of the Twisted Metal show coming to Peacock July of this year, starring Anthony Mackie and wrestling star Samoa Joe as Sweet Tooth. So I mean, what do we make of this little teaser trailer?
I like some of the Anthony Mackie movies.
Not even movies, memes.
I feel like Mackie is so hit or miss.
Yeah.
Like, did you guys watch Alter Carbon?
I did not watch Alter
I
Carbon.
heard of it.
They canceled it, and I had no incentive to watch anymore.
Yeah,
Bro, it's like we went from season 1 and it was great. And then he stepped in. I was like, you just fucked up my show, my guy. I was like, you just fucked up my show, my guy. Like, me personally, I didn't really resonate with his portrayal.
Have you seen Pain and Gain?
Yeah.
Oh, he was great.
How did you feel about him there?
No, I like that.
All right. I feel like he's kind of just like
him in the Biggie story when he was Tupac.
Like, I think he's a pretty solid actor when you put him in the right place.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Situational.
I don't know, because the thing is, when I used to watch the Twisted Metal like ends of stories, because the stories are so dark and the characters are so interesting, right? I don't know where he's gonna fit in. Like, I don't know if he's just like a regular guy and he's like, yo, what the fuck's going on? But like, I don't find Anthony Mackie scary. You know,
Yeah,
I've never looked at him and been like, you know. So
I think of him and I just think of him getting spun around by Ant-Man.
Like, I don't know. I don't know if I like him in this. I don't know if this was the right call. There's like a couple other guys I would have got. I'd have got John Cena in this bitch before I would have got Anthony Mackie in this.
That's a fair shout. But yeah, I just need to see more. And anything that Samoa Joe gets casted in or recruited for, I'm with, because I just find him very entertaining. If you don't know who that guy is, just look him up. He's fantastic. Whether it be entertaining on the behind the camera, actually wrestling, like, dude's dope. So shout out to Samoa Joe. That's all I gotta say. That's good. And speaking on this topic, bro, holy shit. Hollywood, guys, starting to hit a big stop in things as another writer's strike is basically in effect as of several hours ago. The Writers Guild Association of the WGA have had basically their big proposal denied, with big sticking points of TV staffing and employment per season time periods needing to be extended at the forefront of those arguments in their proposal. And now the deal, of course, with that also included things like an AI ban on script writing and streaming residuals coming more to script writers and people who are involved in the writing process. And the Alliance of Motion Picture and TV Producers, or AMPTP, have denied all that stuff with no counter offer. So the strike is now in effect. There's basically, people are dropping all their projects. Shows like The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon, they said they're basically going to stop production entirely because they support the writers. A lot of basically all the nighttime shows have just either ended or they're stopping their production because of this writer's strike. A whole bunch of stuff is set to go on hold. How do we feel about this?
Yo, good. Fuck them. Like, why are they? Ugh, bro,
get your money. The only thing that I'm afraid of is like the eventual like things that happen with writer strikes. Like, we got reality TVs out of writer strikes,
son.
I love reality TV, but Hulk Hogan should have never got a show.
He
like,
never. Bro, I read this earlier today, and then I was looking through Twitter and I was like, yo, if the writing strike of 07 really didn't happen, like, or whatever, early late 2007, 2008, if that didn't happen, we would have never got, those bum ass shows that happened would have never happened. Like what's it called? Jersey Shore, all that stuff would have never happened. And I'm like, a part of me is like, oh, that's cheap entertainment, that's cool. But the backlash,
as a channel,
yes, that wouldn't have existed. You know what I'm saying? Lost wouldn't have ended up how it ended up. Prison Break wouldn't have got so bummy at the end. There were so many shows that got ruined because of the writer's strike. And also, somebody pointed out, The Apprentice wouldn't have been a thing, and ergo, Donald Trump wouldn't have gotten popular again if it wasn't for the writer's strike. So the writer's strike has some potentially detrimental effects to society and the world at large. Man. So we should probably be very careful and give these people what they want.
Bro, I don't get it. Like, Just pay them.
Yeah, it's not hard. It's a
super
billion.
simple.
It's
Think about how much
$1 trillion.
money they help you generate. Pay
Bro,
them.
no, and that's the problem though. They thought about the money that they generated and they want to keep as much of it as possible. They're tightwads, bro. The whole producers guild is tightwads on that, man. The writers want their just due, and all these producers are seeing all the money they're racking up through streaming and all the other, you know what I'm saying, like lighting policies. They're trying to penny pinch, and so they're not trying to give them their just worth, and that's gonna mess up everything.
I saw something about Conan, and apparently during the 2007 one, he actually like paid all the stuff while they were striking, which is fucking amazing.
Yeah, and then Steve,
really
I'm
cool.
about to say it, and I found out the other day that Steve Carell was one of like the first movements in that writer strike too, because he called out of work sick, and he said like he had enlarged balls. That's the funniest shit. Love Steve Carell, bro. Oh my gosh. But yeah, bro, this could have really bad knock-on effects to potentially the world. I ain't gonna lie. This is like low-key serious. Like, this could not be good. This could have serious, unfortunate latent effects in the future. So let's just pay people. Let's do that, because there's some good shows going on. I don't want y'all to ruin some of the good shows that are happening right now. Let's be real. Like, people raving about Abbott Elementary, that shit might be out of here if stuff don't go well.
Yeah.
Well, I saw this, and I don't know if it's like, I didn't confirm the story, but I believe the third season, I believe it's on season 3, right?
Yeah.
I believe the third season is on hold right now because of the writer's strike, and the ending of season 2 might also be in a little bit of jeopardy or postponed because of that. It's kind of sad because it doesn't need to be this way, but hey, and it's like, and I saw some people like calling out Quinta, like, why doesn't she say anything about it?
She did.
Like, yeah. Did she?
Yeah, she did.
Oh, then Twitter shut your ass up.
She said at the Met Gala, she was like, yo, I'm a writer. I'm a part of the Writers Guild, so you need to give us what we're worth. She literally said it at the Met Gala. I was like, oh, cool. Nice. Yeah, Twitter be on bullshit. Twitter, yeah. Don't let them misinform you. Don't let them misinform you now.
Yeah, no, facts.
But yeah, this is in the words of the infamous Stephen A. Smith, this is bad. This is very, very bad. Oh man. And on to our main and final story. The big anticipated game known as Star Wars Jedi Survivor is out now on all platforms and available to the masses. And of course, it opened up to some pretty up and down reception. People were also very excited, but also sometimes very worried because of some of the little issues on day one. But nonetheless, it is here. So thoughts on what we're seeing, thoughts on what we're feeling, thoughts on what's going on with Jedi Star Wars Survivor.
So I don't even know how many hours in. I haven't been counting, which is funny. Like, usually I count the hours, but I've just kind of just been enjoying it slowly. This is like one of the first like story games in a while that I've just kind of played, stopped playing, loaded back up the next day, instead of just kind of losing my life to a game. I'm enjoying. I performance issues. Fuck you, Twitter. No one cares. No one cares. The story is cool so far, and the game, just the gameplay, the way the game feels, and the atmosphere that it sort of brings is good. I'm impressed with the game so far. I'm enjoying. I think I'm too early to kind of give a verdict. When I finish it, I'll give like a deeper analysis of how I feel. But so far, like, I'm really fucking with it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna jump to conclusions here or jump to anything. You know what I'm saying? We actually, I think we should do a review on this or something of the like.
Yeah,
as close as we can when this game finishes. That should definitely be there. But listen, this series is near and dear to my heart. I decided to do content and started with this game or the series in this game and its predecessor. So I was already in a state where I was like, yo, I have to play this. I must play this. There's no alternative. It must be done. From everything I've seen, it's logical and it does everything it needs to do to be a pure expansion on what the first game was. Like, from world building, from the combat systems to all that stuff. It makes it's a logical flow from how you get from point A in the previous game to point B in the sequel, and it just looks damn good, bro. It looks damn good. outside of the performance stuff, which I'm sure they'll patch and be fine. Listen, everybody got over Cyberpunk stuff. You'll get over this. It is what it is. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I understand that's a whole different conversation to kettle of fish about why games don't come out to performance, to their best optimized standard day one. And that's more of an existential problem with the gaming industry that we can get to another day. I can speak on that in a separate moment in time. But speaking on this, it happens. Cool. Right now, we just gotta, get over that hump and just look at the game itself. Just
like, you know what pissed me off too? So people were taking screenshots from what I saw personally. People were taking screenshots from like the first 10-15 minutes of gameplay, which I will agree was kind of choppy. But once you get past that like opening stage of the game and you go into like was it even more fleshed out and there's more shit to look at, the game runs fine, like really, really fine. Like I have a 3060. I was playing on medium settings, and then I was like, fuck it, let's go. So I just whacked it up. I was like ray tracing, epic settings, and it was still fine. So I don't know. People just need to chill. If you're gonna take screenshots 10 minutes into your game, then you were looking for a problem,
High key. That's very telling.
Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Like, for me, I haven't seen too much about the game because I do plan on playing it myself. But what I can say is that I do agree with a lot of like gaming performance does have a big, like, it should play into like reviews and things like that. It is a bigger conversation to be had. I don't think that this is the only game that's ever had an issue with performance on release. I don't like people just like jumping on the bandwagon of things like not working out right, because like honestly, especially on PC, it's a very much a case-by-case basis, and you can't really like judge the entirety of it, especially when you don't know if that shit's not gonna work for you, kind of thing. Like, I don't know if that game's gonna work for me or not. I fucking hope it does. But the way that like a lot of people are just like shitting on the game who hadn't even tried it, that's where shit becomes an issue. And I know that games are expensive. $60, $70 is too much to try a game and it not work. But if you're buying it from places, like there's usually like a return policy on a lot of things. So, hey, if you can't afford the $70 hit, I wouldn't buy the game day one to begin with, period. I said this in a video that I made. I like these Star Wars games a lot. I didn't buy it not day one, not because of the shit that I heard. I didn't buy it day one because I don't have the time for it. Or if I don't feel like I can expend that money on this today, wait for it. I waited for Star Wars for Jedi Fallen Order to go on sale for like $10, and I enjoyed my time with it. Like, a lot of people just like making mountains to yell on. Like, shut up.
Oh, they love it.
Making mountains out of a molehill, bro. Like, you loved it.
And it's like they complain before they even fucking give the social team, an hour or two to construct a suitable message.
They had a patch the next day. They literally had they had the statement like in the like 12 hours, and then the next day had like next day or day after that they had a PC patch, and they said the next day the console patches out. Like, y'all gotta chill out, bro. Give people some time. Like, yes, there is an existential situation that does not allow games to come out optimized right out the gate. That sucks. I don't like it. I wish it was eradicated as a concept in its industry, but it is what it is. But you can't just automatically, put a knife to the neck of these developers because they're trying as hard as they can to make sure stuff is right. You know what I'm saying? I can bet you a bottom dollar that they don't want these games to come out laggy day one either. They don't. But the fact of the matter is that, and they had to work against a deadline, so things may not come out as perfectly as it seems. That all the bugs aren't squashed, QA isn't all the way there. Cool, but then they're working as hard as they can to fix it. So why y'all bitching, bro? Put this lightsaber in your hand and shut the fuck up, bro. Shut up. Damn.
Thanks.
Man. But so far, oof. I feel the force. I feel it. That's what I'm feeling.
I still need to watch. I got halfway through the first game, and really did enjoy my time.
Son, you should really get to the end of that game, bro.
So that game is on a different PC. That shit is not getting beat. I'm watching.
You can't combine your account or something. You can't migrate.
You want me to plug that bitch back in just to bring a save over? Nah, it's a good game. I'm not saying it's a bad game. I've kind of just been like, yo, this game is sick. I'm abstaining from having any real review of it because I didn't beat it myself. But I got halfway through it. I enjoyed my time. I'm not gonna go all the way back and beat this all the way through again. Don't have the time for that. But I will definitely watch the cutscenes and I will definitely try out the new one. But it does look like a step in the right direction for this series. I am excited to step in. I've seen all the funny customizations people have done with the character, which I think is honestly a good step in the right direction because that was one of my biggest issues with the characters. I felt like character was so bland in the first one. It's a little baby faced ass man. I don't care. But now if I can make him look like sick, I don't know, man. I think I'm excited.
Make him look like Order January 6th.
Yo,
where were you at the temple?
Like, oh my god, it's like, what are you, a clone for the Republic? Can't trust that.
Yeah, I'm about to say, gotta hide my moonshine from this fucker.
This blue milk is certified. I got it from the proper places.
I'm dead. But yeah, Jedi Survivor, man. We see you. It's looking good, bruv. It's looking good so far.
Never trusted a Wookiee.
Oh my gosh, bro. If you don't get the hell off. Oh my gosh.
You know how funny that shit would have been? Like, go back. No, I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it.
Nah, you tweaking. You tweaking. I got no more notes.
Get the podcast taken down.
I got no more notes, man. What news do we miss before we get out of here, man? Goodness gracious.
I just want Street Fighter, bro.
Oh,
he'll never be free. He'll never be free.
Hey man, listen, people, just make sure you laugh, you smile, and you give thanks for the little things. That's it.
That's real talk. That's real talk. That's really real, bro. That's really real. What's it called? Yeah, when I assume that was your closing note as well. You just want Street Fighter? That was...
Yeah, I really want to play Street Fighter. Fuck you, your smiles.
God damn.
Oh my goodness. Oh man. My closing notes is, of course, you know what time it is. Make sure you rate this podcast 5 stars. 5. Cinco, like Cinco de Mayo is coming up this week. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you go on all podcast platforms, our audio platforms, Spotify for podcasts, and Google. Oh, not Google Pod. Yeah, you can go there too. I don't know if they got a rating system, but you can go there and rate us too if they got it. But primarily Apple Podcast and Spotify for podcasts. Go rate us 5 stars there and just type in no cooldown. We should be right at the tippy top. And with that, you can check all of our audio platforms as well. The one that you are on most often, you know what I'm saying? We'll most likely be there. YouTube.com/@NoCooldown for more exclusive content, more one-off topics, more stuff that we don't cover on the podcast. So you might want to tap in just in case you missed something from the squad. You know what I'm saying? And speaking of the squad, make sure you check out these fine gentlemen's content. I know earlier we talked about the May releases as well. When actually released a tier list on Wotaku channel talking about the May releases and where he rates them and stuff like that. You should definitely go check that out. A really good watch. You know what I'm saying? At WOTAKU channel. That's WOTAKU channel on YouTube.com. And of course, check out all the dope content from King VIII on his Instagram, Twitters, wherever he so chooses to post. You know what I'm saying? Check out all the dope artistic stuff he got going on. If you need your stuff in, make sure you get your money up front and send it to this man because he got you. He got you, damn it. And of course, check out that man Tripp for all the other, stuff that I do on some random fucking occasions. But with that being said, this is the podcast you're looking for. Jedi Mind Trick. I know you can't see my hand wave, but it is. It is. This is No Cooldown Podcast. This has been episode 66. And we are out of here. Okay, that's a lightsaber. All right, we're out of here. Bye.